Hello and welcome to Feed Me Something, the show where our passports are Australian but our wallets are citizens of the world. I'm Sam Phillips. That's Ryan Hammy Goodman. How are you, mate?
Very well, Sam. How are you?
I'm well.
Fantastic.
No problems around here today?
Good stuff. Great session yesterday in the gym.
Yeah, it was a good sesh.
Coach Goodman ran a tight ship and
You did run a tight ship.
You got on board?
I feel like that was a lot. I've stopped wearing my Apple Watch recently, but I feel like that was a long session.
Yeah.
Do you reckon it was?
Can't rush art, can you? Good one.
It's a good point.
Yeah. Some heavy bench and then a bit of everything.
You and you got a mental barrier there with your bench press. Unfortunately,
I'm stuck on 85 kilos at the moment, and I have been for some time. I think I've got to about. I think I had a look at the data, and I think 92 and a half was that's my bet. I want to join the 100 club eventually, which you did quite easily yesterday. But for the last couple at the end of each block, I've just been stuck, and I can 85 moves quite well.
That's the thing I don't really understand.
But as soon as I put a bit more on, there's just something that doesn't quite add up. But I am doing the push-up challenge at the moment, so I'm confident that I'll be building some good habits, and I'll be able to smash through that barrier.
How many push-ups a day at the moment?
Yesterday was 103.
Woo. How do you break that down?
I do them in blocks of 25, and then I did one of 28.
Here you go.
Yeah, that's how how are you attacking it?
I might join you today.
Yeah?
Is that allowed? Can I join halfway in?
Get on board, yeah. The more the merrier. Eagle? Welcome to the show as well. How are you going on the push-up challenge at the moment?
I still can't do one push-up.
Yeah. What do you think it is that makes it so hard for girls to do a push-up?
I don't know. Like
Cancelled.
Some girls are great. Yeah, cancelled. Some girls.
No, I feel like I see that on.
No, like my
Hinge,
friends,
for example, all the time. Like my goal.
Oh, sorry, I'm back on Hinge.
Goal this year is to do a push-up.
It is my goal this year. No, all my friends can do it. Even my friends who don't go to the gym probably as much as I do. I don't know what it is. It's
something. What's underdeveloped in you?
Yeah, something is. I have to ask my PT.
It's a similar mental barrier that I have at 85 on the bench.
No, I don't know. I think it's a physical barrier. Yeah.
Are you close? Like if you did one on camera now, would you get close?
I definitely can't do one in this suit right now. But no, I've shown you guys before.
Don't
Remember,
blame the
I didn't
suit.
really get
We have
that
seen
close.
you attempt one before.
Yeah, it
Have we?
wasn't.
When?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite
I think
funny.
this is like the office. Yeah, no, it's just.
What about on your knees? Can you kind of do
Yeah,
them?
on my knees 100% fine.
Well, you should even if you did the push-up challenge, I reckon, and just
knees
on your
count.
knees, by the end of it, you'd be able to smash
I've
your
just
head.
got, other
noise.
things
What?
to do.
Like what?
Like my 4 PT sessions, I'm running twice a week now.
Yeah,
I'm
but
training
push-up
for
takes
City Surf.
10 seconds.
Yeah, but 100.
Oh, right.
I'll just support you guys.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for your support.
Yeah.
We're raising
So-
awareness here on the show.
What do I have to do? 100 a day, do I?
Well, they kind of break it down every day. They've got, because it's all about raising awareness around mental health.
Yep.
So every day there's like a different number of push-ups which correlates to a
Some of the mental health
fact. So today's target is 170 push-ups because people who engage in high levels of physical activity lower their risk of developing depression by 17%.
Okay.
Yeah.
170 is a lot.
That's quite a
That's
few.
what I'm saying. 170 is a lot. Yeah.
Like 100 seems doable, like 4 blocks of 25. 170 seems.
You just do them through.
Dramas.
I've got like that little pad where I've got like all the tasks I've got to do for the day for work, and I kind of tick them off. I'll sometimes tick one off, and then I'll go and do 25. Just scatter them
Smart.
through the
Look at
day.
you go.
Yeah.
I did just
Or if
buy an at-home walking pad though.
Did you?
Yeah.
At-home walking pad.
It's like a mini treadmill pretty much.
So you can stand there and edit videos.
Yeah.
Oh.
I won't be doing that though because I
Tax
can't
deduction.
multitask like that. But
How much is that?
What was that, sorry?
How much?
199.
Is that it?
Yeah, not bad.
That's pretty
Just
good.
because in winter, I don't really want to walk
You do
outside.
no steps. You do like a few steps sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, I do very little
How
stuff.
cold was it at Lura?
So cold, I thought my hands were going to fall off. It feels like it was -8.
Let's
Yep.
talk about that. So you guys were up there for
Blues camp.
yes.
Yep.
Obviously, Laurie, big fan of the show, and he thought, "How am I going to fire these boys up for game 2 with the series on the line? I'll get the 2 best performing talent from Feed Me Something to come up and say good day to them." So
That's exactly what happened.
that's what we did.
Yeah,
No, we took Volk up there, didn't we?
we did.
How is Volk? Close personal friend.
Outstanding.
He's just a legend.
good man,
Like,
isn't
he's
he?
such a legend.
He's just, when you think of it like a UFC fighter, you probably think like they're a little bit more
Terrifying.
rough and gruff and
Yes.
terrifying, and wouldn't really want to kind of take feedback or notes from shit kickers like us.
Correct.
But he's like, is that good? You happy with that? Like, I'm like, you're flying, mate. It's going to be,
Yep.
so it's going to be a really good video. He interviews the Blues guys, obviously, because the biggest fight of his career was in Perth.
Yes.
And they're obviously going to play in Perth. But it was awesome. And it was great seeing like a few of the players, like big UFC fans, like a couple of them were like pretty starstruck that, he was, not that they
there.
weren't when me and Cooper were doing it the other week, but Yeah, with Volk there.
Yeah, slightly different aura between Cooper and yourself and Volk, I reckon.
It was funny. He had a question that Cooper asked at the end of each interview, which was funny because they take the piss out of him. That he'd be like, "Oh, before we go, any questions you want to ask me?"
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that was a good one. We got some good responses last time, so we got Volk to do it, and they're all asking real serious, like, what's your like game day kind of like process?
Oh, they're like actual athlete
So I ended up
questions.
going, like some of them we had to like wrap them up a bit because they were going quite long, asking really good
Talk me
questions.
through your
They
nutrition.
get like Nathan Cleary and Mitch Moses like going back and forth, and I was like, okay, we've got like 15 minutes with these players.
Yeah. But it was
they all like we were asking them to throw a line back at him that was kind of like poking fun, and genuinely all of them were like, no, I don't want to do it.
What would you like? Would you?
No, but they're acting. Volk was asking them to do it, like face to face. They're acting like he's just gonna like take him down on camera. Like, please.
He's probably not going to belt you in.
No, he was literally begging them. He's like, please poke some fun at me, and all of them were like, yeah, too starstruck.
Yeah. Brian, I'm not going to give it away, but Brian is just might be comedic genius.
Honestly,
He had a great question.
needs his own television show.
He does.
Oh, he was great.
If you ask me any player in the like, a lot of current players are starting to make their way into post career, he'd be my number one choice for doing. Although like he's not exactly like sit on the Super Saturday desk type operator. He's more like put him in. He could do what Fletcher and Hindy do.
Yeah,
he's that funny.
he's great.
He's so funny.
Him and Spence and Critter they were in their hotel room doing like a little word association game thing the other
I
day.
saw this, yeah.
They were hilarious.
Yeah, they're
obviously
great.
they all grew up together and stuff. But anyway, they were very good. Also, shout out to Zach Lomax and Hudson Young, who I thought were very funny as well.
They
like
were
just
funny.
ripping each other in front of Volk and like throwing each other under the bus, and it was good.
Good stuff. And when's that coming out?
Well, hopefully Thursday.
And
hopefully before the game on Channel 9 on next Wednesday. too.
yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
potentially, yeah.
That's
Wait and
impressive.
see.
Yep.
What else we got to plug? We got Grubs stream coming tonight.
Grub stream tonight, Sportsbet YouTube channel. Myself, Skip, Rambo, Flanners. I wouldn't say analysing or dissecting the cricket, but we'll be watching it and gibbering away. So
No sort of line and length chat from you guys.
nah, there'll be a little bit of that, I assume. But yeah, it'll be good fun. Good to see the boys. So heading down straight after this, and I know Flanners is certainly fired up. He's pretty pissed off that Scott Boland missed out,
Oh, God.
as you can imagine. He would have also probably liked to see Pete Hanscom in there, but I don't think that
seriously.
was. And Marcus Harris. Marcus Harris got 900 runs in the month of May. In
Don't
County
care. Never been able to do it for Australia. Don't want to ever hear his name in Australian conversations again.
Yeah.
He's past it. Like, let's find someone else who can do the job.
He's got a bit of Buck Rogers about him. I wouldn't surprise
You
me
reckon?
if maybe post.
Rogers didn't have that many opportunities in the lead up to
No, he
when he
didn't.
made it a spot.
He didn't, but he went away and churned him out, which Marcus is doing. And Usman's not going to play forever.
No, Usman's on the. So you got a bit of mail. You reckon this is Marnus's last test?
No, not Mal. I just think unless he has a real big score, because he's opening.
Yep.
We know that. I think this is the grand final. To borrow from the final word here, this is the grand final. The West Indies tests are round one of the next season. So I think they want the experience there, which I get for the grand final. But I think, Constas will probably play in the West Indies.
All right, we'll preview the World Test Championship shortly.
Well, some of us will. The ones that know cricket, obviously Sam doesn't know cricket, so hasn't put any.
Well, I'm thinking of the punters who are going to be listening to this show probably tomorrow, and they're not going to be able to put any of your bets on.
Yeah, but what?
They'll get a solid like 5 hours to put it on today.
Yeah,
for the
but did you
loyal
hear what I
listeners.
said? The punters are listening tomorrow.
But our
Well,
loyal
those punters
ones.
should be bigger fans of the show and listening today.
And also,
They should be subscribed on Spotify. Give us a review.
Yep.
Therefore, you get notified when there's a new episode come out.
100%.
exactly right.
Yeah.
And if they follow our feeds,
Yeah.
they'll see the bets right on our feed
So
straight after this.
it's
Plenty of time.
Not rocket science, is it?
Nope.
No.
Can you potentially draw me a diagram?
Don't need to. We explain it really well. So shouldn't have to.
So we're talking a bit of that. We're talking a bit of Origin as well. We're going to record next Tuesday too, so we'll have some other Origin. We're going to have more Origin bets than you can officially poke a stick at, I reckon, by the time we record next week.
So you're complaining about the fact that the Test Championship finals tonight and there's not enough time for people to get on. I think we've overcompensated with Origin. That we're just going Origin. It's like a week and a half away.
Yeah, but that's for business requirement purposes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if I'd like to start pronouncing words correctly, I do not run the show around here.
Yeah.
Have you heard that?
Well, the way that you carry on could have been excused for
Could have
thinking that
fooled
you
me.
did. Thought you were the CEO. The way that you
should be.
Carry on.
No, Barney, we love you. Of course we love you. Okay, let's talk some repercussions, shall we? Anything else? Before we get
that's
into
fine. I think we've got it all.
Actually, no. Just quickly. Manly?
It's my fortnight of sadness. But I'll be back.
I want to get into this. Do you genuinely, because I think I know the answer, do you genuinely believe every time you win that you're going to lose the next week and vice versa?
Now I do.
Do you genuinely think that?
After that Newcastle game, because I think, I don't know if I've said it on here or just on my own socials, but I was saying after the Broncos game, we've got the Knights and the Titans. Like, this is our chance to prove that we can win back-to-back weeks. You know, we were playing so well, as our group chat was saying, that Newcastle looked awful in that first half. I was feeling so good because I was like, we're back. And then that happened. What happened? I don't know. I think I'm still in shock about it.
How was the drive home?
So grim. So grim, because it was a solo drive home. Usually, I'm not by myself, but that was insane. Because usually, I'm usually in the passenger seat, so I'm scrolling on my phone, distracting, but I had to just sit with my thoughts. And then on the highway, they were doing road work. So we got down to 40 at one point, and I was like, what have I done to deserve this?
I had a moment like that with Queensland a couple of weeks ago where I was like, life would be so much easier if I just didn't care this much about this.
Yeah, that's because, as we know, I don't care as much when New South Wales lose. It's oh, damn, I wish we won, but it doesn't ruin my mood for a week. Manly losing
this does.
I have to avoid all rugby league media pretty much until we win because I just can't cop it.
I love their show. I can't listen to Hello Sport at the moment. It's just the amount of Queensland bashing going on. I just can't get through it.
It's hard.
I can't do it because it's all justified too.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I'm like, damn you, because you're correct.
The New South Wales Embassy or whatever.
That was hilarious stuff, actually. That I did listen to, but this week I saw their episode title was something about Queensland spirit being dead. I was like, I can't listen to this because he might be right. And it hurts me to my
Some
core.
good selections though, which makes sense.
Oh, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Oh my god. Okay. Repercussions. I've only had a few bets result because I've got some NBA bets pending. I've got Halliburton to be MVP, finals MVP,
What the hell?
What the Halliburton?
The Halliante. Or the Halliburton. He scored the game winner in game one. It's 1-1 in the series right now, but look, if Indiana get it done, I'm tipping he's going to be MVP, so looking okay there. I've also got the series to go 6 games, so I just need Indiana to probably pinch one more, and that's going to go 6, I reckon. So not looking too bad, but they're still pending. I had the Titans.
Oh dear.
You know what's crazy?
I didn't know they were playing the All Blacks. So
well, I turned the game on, and the Broncos are sitting there in their black jerseys. And Reece Walsh is on the screen. I'm like, I got a bad feeling. This is about to get nasty.
Yeah.
And they scored in the first set. I text Shauna. I was like, they literally look like the All Blacks right now.
Yeah.
This is terrifying me.
Yep.
Are they back? Who knows? We'll see. But Titans obviously didn't get the job done. Not even close. Port Adelaide, thankfully, did. I was cowardly, backed them with a 21.5 point start. Actually won.
That's right. Who'd they play again?
The Giants in Canberra.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't have the balls to go head to head, so just a 1.8 unit collect there. And then Volks multi missed by 1. Patchy Mix got beat. The other 2 won. So minus 3 units there, minus 4.2 for the week, minus 38.37 overall for the season for me. Not going great, but I think I was minus 27 at the start of April. I've been treading water for pretty much 2 months now. So.
And you're not going as bad as me. So I had RCB to break their hoodoo, which they did. They won their first IPL.
How did Hoff only took 1 though, didn't he?
He took 1 for 50 odd. So
he got belted, did he?
He got tapped around a little bit. But Singh got 3 wickets, so that was a shame. So I had Hazelwood for 2 and Singh for 2. So I missed by 1 Hazelwood wicket there. Kohli, I had for player of the match. He did top score for RCB, but Krunal, was it Krunal Pandya? Yes. He was player of the match. He bowled really well. Got 3 wickets for 14 or something like that. Basically turned the game. So he was player of the match. Sinner to not drop a set. Now, I was looking pretty good here.
Mate, you were 1 set away.
Yeah. So I had Sinner to not drop a set for the rest of the duration of the French Open. I think I got him at the start of the quarterfinals. And he was leading 2 sets to love. And then he had 3 championship points. Then he lost. So.
No, but he lost the third set before the championship points.
Set.
But still, you were one set away.
Well, on the cusp.
You were one set away.
Anyway.
I saw a good tweet this week after the game. That would have to be the only time that anyone's ever been one set away from the perfect tournament and then lost the tournament.
Yeah.
It's surely never happened before.
Outrageous.
But you've managed to find a way to get it.
Well, that's how good I'm going at the moment. Then, the Titans, I had them, I think, plus 6.5.
Into the Wires, as well. Yeah.
Into the Wires, plus 6.5. I should have just taken the Wires head-to-head and called it a day. They were paying $270, and they won handsomely over the Sharkies, but wasn't to be. And then the NBA same game multi. I follow another one of our ambassadors in, and I get burned. She had another one.
Lou Dort.
And did that one get up?
No, because I think she needed the Thunder to win, and they got beat by Halliburton. Yeah.
There you go. So there's my hoops knowledge again. Not even my hoops knowledge, other people's hoops knowledge, and I'm trying to claim it.
She was pretty close to an absolutely cracking bet there. Yeah. Got beat by an absolute. Indiana led the game for 3 seconds or 0.3 of a second total. Yep. So unlucky, Kels.
There you go. So minus 4.6 for me this week.
Yep.
Minus 60.09 overall.
That's getting pretty big, that number.
That's not good. I think we need to, maybe end of the financial year, we probably need to wrap this season up and then, then go again.
We're going to come up with a challenge for that then.
Yeah, got to find something for me to do. Maybe before or just after you get back from Japan.
Okay. After I get back, I'm away in a week's time. But yeah, when I get back, we should do that.
Yep.
I'm keen for that. All right, let's do it. Eagle.
She's back. In the green.
Yes.
As per usual, I should have been in the green even more if my team could
win
win back-to-back games. Obviously, Manly 13 plus did not hit, but my first try after 8 minutes in the Knights, Manly and Dolphins Dragons game did. Thank you, Lehigh Hopewadi, for knocking yourself out in like the 5th minute. Otherwise, it wouldn't have hit.
It's also a good effort to get first try after 8 minutes home in a game where the Dolphins scored 50.
Yeah, I know.
That's good effort.
Well, because sometimes with those thrashings, like teams take a little bit to warm up and then they go for it. That one hit, and then Storm to win both halves also hit. But unfortunately, my try score multi didn't. So I am plus 2.82 for the week and plus 4.36 overall.
Just quickly before we move on to Betsy Sweet, I've been a non-believer of the Wars and also of the Finns, to be honest. Both ticking boxes for me.
Wow.
As legitimate finals teams now.
Legitimate finals teams. Is that where you're drawing the line?
Yeah, I don't think... Oh, geez. It's such a... I know the Dogs are going well. The Storm are going fine.
But the Storm aren't, like, I didn't realise, but the Storm are like Manly and they only win every they've only won every fortnight as well.
They're not as consistent as people think.
I think last week was the first time that they've won back-to-back games since, like, the start of the year because they went on, off.
And they don't seem to play as well when it's not dry and in the, like, nighttime, wet, etc. But, yeah, the Wars just keep turning up, don't they?
Yeah.
And that Finns performance, I know the Dragons were average, but... That's probably the best game I think I've ever seen them play.
Well, I'm glad you actually watched. That's good news.
So back to Dragons. I'm such a bad watch.
You're a disgrace.
So what were you, like, as you're watching, like, who are you cheering?
Oh, the Dragons.
Oh, my God.
You are just...
Embarrassment.
Like, do you even call yourself...
What does I say at the start of the show? What do I say at the start of the show?
No, but do you call yourself a Finns fan?
Yeah.
You can't.
Your team just had the best win of its career, and you were cheering for the other team the whole time.
So what about Rosie had an undisclosed amount he has an undisclosed amount on Queensland every single time they play.
As you can see from the vlog that's coming out soon, he was not cheering for Queensland at all.
Yeah, but he still did what I did.
But
yeah, but he wasn't cheering. He didn't do it.
You were going for the Dragons.
You were cheering.
I'm just talking about the financials of it.
No, but we're
I thought you meant like
different. I said, when you're watching the game...
It's okay, here's how I explain it. Obviously, I'm sad because financially, I've lost an investment. But when I'm watching, I'm kind of also like, oh, this is cool. Like, the Finns are actually
You're
good.
not able to fully enjoy your team doing well.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not, because you're disappointed.
What about Rosie doing the same thing?
Stop trying to deflect to
Rosie.
Rosie.
Seriously, because I'm saying, you said you were cheering
what's the
for
difference?
The difference
not cheering. I'm just like... Oh, well, that's not great because I've just lost money on that game.
No, you're backtracking now. I said, when you're watching the game, who were you going for? And you said the Dragons.
Going for and cheering is two different things.
No, it's
not.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
No, it definitely is.
What do you mean?
Because I'd rather...
This is the clip today, by the way.
I'd rather the Dragons have won that game for my own financial investment, but I'm not like off the couch like, go the Dragons. I'm like, okay, that's great. I've won some money.
Copy can be local moron tries to explain embarrassing behaviour.
It's just like I don't really. I actually don't understand how it's confusing.
No,
to be
because
honest.
you're trying to compare it to Dino, but he is not once, whilst he's watching State of Origin, ever thinking, "Oh, that's a shame that New South Wales scored there." Well, you are.
No, I'm not. It's kind of as Dean explained in the vlog. It's a win-win. It's either I win money or my team's going well. Yeah, and also there's a difference in that performance on the weekend. Like sometimes if the Finns won by 10 and were scrappy, whatever. But that's the first time I've ever watched the Finns and been like, oh, this is like a good team now.
But okay, at the start of this clip, you did say that you were cheering for the Dragons. Let's rewind.
He's giving himself enough rope here. You can just edit whatever you want in and out, and it'll
I'm
go
keen
well.
for this cut down. I'm actually really excited.
Yeah, it's going to be very confusing cut down.
It's not going to be confusing at all.
It'll be black and white. Let us know in the comments. Is Sam a buffoon?
Okay, Wednesday bets. The World Test Championship kicks off at 7:30 on Amazon.
On Prime, yeah.
Amazon Prime. But you don't even need Amazon Prime because you can go to the Sportsbet YouTube and watch the Grubs.
Yes, reacting to Amazon Prime.
Reacting to Amazon.
Well, for the first session after that, you're on your own. You might have to get Prime after that.
Oh, we're only doing the first session.
Yeah. I'd be keen to do two. I think they've only staffed it for one, though. So,
right.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But you've got bets coming out the wazoo here. So
yeah, I do.
Talk me through it.
Big time I do. Well, all right, so I've got a couple here. I'm going to start off with, I've got a couple of run scorer ones, just kind of spreading myself around a little bit. Smudge to score a ton in the first dig.
Yep.
I'm putting 2 units on that at $5. Now, he's got an outstanding record at Lords for touring batsmen. He's like in the top 3, I think, in terms of runs scored and averages and stuff like that. He has scored 2 centuries there in the past, already on his board twice. He's also got a 92 there. Knows his place like pretty well, like the back of his hand. And you get the sense, I think in the last Test Championship final as well, he scored a ton in the first innings. Mm-hmm. He's built for big games, big moments. Yeah, it just feels to me like a big innings coming for Smudge. So $5, I'm happy to take that one on. Batting back at number 4. Now, the next man coming in at number 3, Cameron Green. He's not going to bowl.
Oh, yeah?
He hasn't bowled at all in the county championship this year. But he's averaging in the high 60s for Gloucestershire. He's having a really good season. He's hit 3 centuries as well. He's in great form. So, bang the door down to get back into this side. I just think given the fact that he's, played, a couple of these bowlers and stuff in the county championship as well. Top Australian run scorer first inning, $7.50. Yes, please. Batting at 3.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I think...
batting at 3, that's a big price.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I think they've still got in the market. You're going to need to be quick. And in fact, by the time this goes up, it might have changed. But Josh Inglis is like shorter than him and stuff in this moment, and he's not even playing. So, yeah, Cam Green, top run scorer, is in good form. I've got to put him in. So
nice.
Those are my couple of run scorers. I got a wicket taker as well. Josh Hazlewood confirmed, been named that he's in. I know Flanners will be spewing. He will have wanted Scott Boland. He's got a great record in the UK, great record at Lords as well. Having a unit on him at $3.90.
Yep.
I know it's a different format of the game, and I know he got tapped around a little bit in the final, but he had an outstanding IPL as well. So I've thrown him in there, and then I've got one more bet in this. There's a lot, so I've got all up 5 units on this game. Bo Webster, my man, player of the match.
Slug.
$12 to be player of the match. I just think, especially in English conditions, he hasn't been as good as Green with the bat over there so far this season, but he's, averaging about 30, like contributing with scores here and there. He will bowl as well. And I think they've got in there, particularly for a bit of insurance, if Hazlewood, who's been under a bit of an injury cloud and hasn't played a lot of test cricket in the last 6 months or whatever, I wouldn't be surprised if he does a fair bit of bowling.
Okay.
So, if he picks up a couple of wickets, chips in with 100 runs across the game, he'll be around the mark, I would have thought, maybe to feature there. So just a unit on the slug, $12 player of the match.
Like it, mate. All makes sense. Yep, all makes complete sense to me.
Now, you obviously don't know anything about cricket, but somebody who does,
yes.
Eagle, has got some bets on this
game
Eagle,
as well. What do you got for us?
Yes, so I am taking 1 unit on Travis Head to ton up in the first innings at $6.
Like it.
He's got a decent record in England, but a very good average against South Africa as well. So combine those two, and you never know. He's just such a dog.
Yeah,
he's got that dog in him.
He does.
He's got
and I love
big game player.
Friend of the Grubs as well.
Correct.
Yeah, I could just see him doing something big during this.
Well, also to that point, last Test Championship final, he also got 100 in the first innings. And
So,
World Cup final, he got 100 in that as well.
He
Father
loves to
of
perform
India.
in big on the big stage. So, one unit there.
Yep, like that.
I'm also pushing a unit on Pat Cummins to be the top Australian wicket taker in the first innings at $3.35. Similar kind of vibe. He's got he's had a decent record against South Africa and also a decent record in England.
Great bowler in England.
Lead from the front, Paddy C, father to his second child recently. Let's go.
Father to his third child very shortly, South Africa.
Yeah, correct.
Exactly right.
Are they still playing their threes?
South Africa?
Yeah.
Nah, most of them. There's a couple of people that have retired just playing 2020s and stuff. Like you got no Quinton de Kock and guys like that.
Yep.
Who would obviously be a bit of a walk-up start, but they're pretty strong. There's a few. I couldn't work out where Nordkia is. He's not. I think he might be injured.
Let me check.
The Quick.
Yeah, because he was really good out in Australia a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
But
he's so tall.
Doesn't feel. Look. It feels.
He had a back injury back in January.
Carrying the team too much, probably.
So I wonder if that.
It's probably that.
Potentially, yeah.
I'd say. But they've still got like Rabada and,
Gunn.
Ngidi and, some of those
Does feel like
Jansen.
It does feel like we are the rightful owners of this trophy.
It'd be a big upset.
Yes.
They're $3.60 for a reason.
We are the best team in the world. We have been for a long time. There's a pub test coming out talking about how India is, in my opinion, the most underachieving. Name me another more underachieving team in world sport.
Wow. Jeez,
they have 500.
You're going to be pretty positive on that one.
They have 500 million blokes to pick from. We have about 13 million.
Yeah.
And they can't produce a team that makes it to the World Test Championship final? Seriously.
I'm very keen. The engagement will be high on that.
What are they doing over there?
Some of the feedback on that one.
What are they doing? Like South Africa have even a smaller pool to pick from because cricket's such like not even it's not as big as rugby over there. Give us a South African accent.
Rugby.
You know, one of the great pieces of content is you like the Matrades boys.
Oh, they're great.
And they do like names of other countries.
Oh yeah.
The South African one's outstanding.
Yeah. Those guys are so funny.
Hilarious.
They make me laugh so much. When they do their boomers like
the phone videos.
Now versus boomers then versus boomers now. It's like, get off your phone. You guys are doing your phone too much. And then it's like these days and they're like and they've got that like that honking horn like oh look at that. I've just got a Facebook. Oh yeah, look at that.
I've just got a Facebook.
God, they're good. How do I get that off? do. They're great. Yeah, have you seen their stuff?
No. I probably have, but
Are they Sydney boys?
Yeah, they're Sydney boys. And they do the stuff about Blokehurst High, like the fictional like private
I've
boys
seen
school.
that one. Yeah,
and they've got like the head boy and like a few other characters. Not going to go too much.
The Kiwi boys who live in Bondi as well.
Those guys are great.
What are they?
Mana.
They do the principal.
Yep.
They're hilarious too. I see them getting around Bondi a bit. They did a great one the other day about leaving the Bondi bubble. You see that?
No.
Some bloke like... Anyway, I'll show it to you another time. But yes, lots of good Insta content, but of course not as good as the Feed Nation _SB content.
Seamless.
Go follow us on Instagram if you haven't already. Subscribe on YouTube. Leave a review on Spotify. All that good stuff for Feed Me Something. Thursday.
Yep, you go. I've got one here, but I've talked a lot.
Yeah, we are pressing a bit of tin yesterday at the sporting club there, and you said there's only 5 games of league this weekend. Let's try and back a winner in every single one of those games. So that's what we've done. Yeah, Hammy and I. So
have you done that as well?
I did, but I had to take it out for another.
Oh, okay.
For business requirement reasons.
Yeah.
So I've tried to pick either a handicap or a head-to-head winner in each of the 5 games. Spits out at about $62.98 this multi. I think the Dragons will cover 10.5 against the Sharks. How could you back the Sharks minus 10.5 the way they're going at the moment? I would like someone to answer that question for me. I think the Titans they're like 350 to beat her average football club. I think they can get the job done up there in the Goldie.
I agree with that.
They can't be as bad as they were against Brisbane. Brisbane were back at their best last week. Just a bit of a bounce back game there for the Titans. Manly $1.30 away. I know they lost last week. Therefore, they should probably win this week if you follow the pattern. But taking $1.30 Manly away, I'd rather stick forks in my eyes. Knights plus 7.5. Against the Chooks.
We've won more away games this year.
Knights plus 7.5 against the... Yeah, probably... anyway.
No, we lost 3 games at Brookvale, so we love an away game.
It's all about value. I'm not taking $1.30 about Manly on the road. Knights plus 7.5 against the Chooks. Did they unlock something in the second half last week against her team? Maybe. If they can play like they did in the second half for the whole game, it's pretty simple.
Well, it's good to see
their fans won't boo them off at half time.
It's good to see that the scheduling sorted itself out this week.
Yeah.
Which is great.
He's delirious, that bloke. What
He's
about
Delulu.
it? What about
With no Salulu.
after the game saying, "Oh, I don't know why the fans booed us." Like, I think it's pretty disrespectful.
They don't know.
What are you talking about?
They don't know anything about rugby league, apparently.
What is he talking about?
He did come out and apologise the day after.
Because he had to.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the most insane things I've ever seen a coach say.
Yep.
Anyone watching that game could tell you they deserve to be booed off the field.
And it worked, unfortunately.
And it worked. He should be thanking them.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got to go. I also think the Cowboys, $2.55 against the Dolphins. Again, the Dolphins were great last week.
What the hell is wrong with this guy?
I can't see how they're $1.55 in this game. They look way too...
Just for saying that the Dolphins are ticking boxes for you.
Again, it's value. They shouldn't be $1.55 in this game. $1.50, whatever.
Why
it is.
not?
They're just way too short. The Cowboys aren't that bad, especially up there.
The Cowboys are missing so many players due to Origin.
The Cowboys are not good. They limped over the line against the Tigers, who were hopeless and only had 12 players.
I just don't think they look like
you just hate your team. Just say that. Just admit it.
Souths plus 7.5 against the Dogs. I know that again they're missing some guys, but the Dogs again look too short to me. So there's a reason this is $62.98. I'm probably not going to be right about all of those things. Hopefully I am, because if I am, I'm going to be in the green for the season. Yep. That's my 5 bets this weekend. It's obviously really tough going. It's Origin period. There's blokes out. So just gone a bit of value hunting. That's my NRL multi for the weekend.
Well, I've just gone head to heads.
Yep.
Same thing. I have gone the Sharks to beat the Dragons.
Yep.
Dragons were very bad last week.
They were.
I know they were the Sharks, to be honest, but
correct.
They only lost by 30. The Dragons lost by 50. So
Sharks panic stations the last 2 games.
They got to come good, surely. Again, I've been probably the worst shark detector on the show this year.
Shark detector.
Every time I've backed them, they've been pathetic. Every time I've gone against them, they've turned up. Anyway, I've got them in there to kick off. I actually have gone with Manly to beat the Titans. As Ella told me, it's their winning week this week, so I'll get on board. Knights have named Jackson Hastings. So I've gone them to beat the Chooks. That was a
can only be good things because their current halves couldn't be going much worse.
That's right. And that means Fletcher Sharp goes back to fullback as well, where I think they look even more dangerous.
Which we love.
I've gone the Finns to beat the Cowboys. Yep. Finns good. Cows, especially without Din and Cotter and so forth. I've gone the Doggies to beat South. Galvin starting. There you go. I just narrativebet.com, which I told Sean Ormerod is actually my homepage. So I've thrown them in to finish it up. 1 unit on all those, $11.12. So not quite as juicy as yours, but that's what I'm thinking across the round.
Yep. Okay. I don't mind it. Like the narratives at narrativebet.com.
Yep.
Good name for an aspiring bookmaker.
/Galvin.
/Galvin. What did you think of his? How did it feel watching him in different colours?
It was, I don't know, it made me feel a lot of things, but I backed him anytime try scorer, so I'll take that.
Bit of a head wobble there from you.
Yep.
What did it make you feel? Tell me. Explain.
I don't know. Just like, yuck.
Well, why? Why does it make you feel like that?
Why do you reckon? Disrespected our club for several months. And then gave it a lot of I love this club chat.
On the way out?
Yeah, or in his post-match interview. I was like, you've been there for a week.
Oh, about the Dogs.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Some bad juju there with Reid Marnie.
What about allegedly Toby Sexton didn't know that he was going to be asked to play hooker? Galvin went out and goes, move to 9. That was the first that he'd heard of it, allegedly.
Really?
Well, Galvin did say after in his interview as well that he didn't even know where he was going on the field. As in Galvin himself until he got told.
How can we be a professional sporting organisation and not know?
I don't know if I buy that part of it. So maybe the other bit's smells a bit funny too. But apparently they reported on 360 saying, Sexton.
Oh, must be true then.
Yeah, right.
Who was reporting it?
Can't remember. Just saw the clip go up. But
what's your prediction for where that ends up with him in the team? Where is he going to play?
7.
Yeah. Could Sexton play 9?
Yeah. I think Hayward's probably a better 9, but
Marnie's got. I didn't enjoy at all the Marnie carry on in the sheds after the game.
What was he doing?
It's absolutely sooking it up deluxe that he got dragged. Not good juju there.
Well, sure, you could have seen that coming.
What do you mean?
Like, he was the one that was going to move, wasn't he?
Yeah, I guess so, but I don't know. Just like get around your teammates. Anyway, look, it'd be great drama. It'd be very rugby league if this whole thing makes the Bulldogs like meteoric rise, turns it into a bit of carnage.
Yeah,
be good yarn.
Would be a good yarn.
I would like that. I'd love to hear. Anyway, I'm not going to say that. Let's get into some US Open bets. I can't believe. Well, I can. He's a freak. He's one of the best we've ever seen. But Scotty Scheffler's $3.75 to win the US Open this week. Very short. It's pretty much like prime Tiger price. I don't know if you've seen any preview content from Oakmont there where the US Open is this year, but the rough is like they're saying that the guy who wins it may not break par. It's going to be a tough few days.
Okay.
I was watching some YouTube golfers play the course last night. I was trying to think if I was playing there, I would genuinely I'd be close to 150. I reckon. It looks
good day out for you.
Unbelievably hard, mate. It looks so hard. I've gone a bit of value hunting. Looks like John Rahm is back to his best. He's $13 to get the job done. He's going to find a lot of fairways. That's going to be really crucial to who wins this tournament. Obviously, Scotty will as well. But you just have to take Scotty on at that price and hope for the best. So I think Rahm at $13 is a good little bet. I think he'll be in the finish. Ludwig Aberg, he played well. He's played well with pretty much every major he's ever played. Always been in the sort of top 5, top 10. He also finished really well on the weekends, sort of stormed home in the Canadian Open, I believe it was. So he's $26. I'm having a unit on him as well. As I said, just trying to look for a bit of value around Scotty because he is very short. There's every chance he comes out and wins by a few strokes, but if he starts missing a few fairways, he's going to come right back to the field because there's nothing you can really do out of the rough there at Oakmont. It looks like absolute carnage. So looking forward to that. Between that and the World Test Championship, lots to watch.
Few late nights. Bad week to be a couch.
Bad week to be a couch. Good way to fall asleep. Might even have to get 2 screens going in bed, potentially, falling asleep to both.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it is. It's a good life. Friday.
Get one of the butlers to bring those in? Or?
Not at Bellevue Hill, mate. Friday, we have Manly playing.
Damn right we do.
And you're going up for it.
I am.
What's the itinerary look like up there in the Gold? Any Dream World visits?
No. It's a pretty short trip.
You're a roller coaster type operator?
No. I used to be.
This season's been a bit of a roller coaster.
Yeah. And I don't want to be on it. I don't want to be on the roller coaster.
Get me off, please.
No, I used to be when I was younger. And then when I was about like 16, I blacked out on a roller coaster. It went really fast.
Like passed out?
Yeah.
Sorry?
So ever since then, I've never gone on one again.
Oh.
I think I must have just gone so fast that I passed out. I must have held my breath or something. I don't even know what happened.
Do you think you just like you roller coaster? You wouldn't be a roller coaster. No, I couldn't imagine you would.
Trauma. I used to like the tango train at Luna Park in Sydney was like my thing, the spider. But ever since then,
Do you think you hit a certain age where you get over roller coasters? Is there a prime? Is there a prime roller coaster age?
Maybe 16.
Yeah, and I think. Like everyone's, I'm going. Yeah, as you both know, I'm going to Japan. Everyone's talking about go to Universal World, get on, go on all the rides. I'm just like, I'm not really.
Got to get there early. Got to go to Nintendo World.
Did you go to all the rides and stuff? Then when you were there last, that doesn't.
Went on a couple. Went on a Minions one.
It's gonna really tickle my pickle. The Minions one.
That was good.
A Minions roller coaster.
Yep.
Run me through that.
So you get in there and then Gru gets in there. You know the evil genius?
Does he really?
And he it's like one of those ones. It's like inside a room thing, but it's all like 3D, so you feel like outside of one.
Yeah.
It's like,
maybe I will have to do
one
this.
of those like 8D cinemas.
Anyway, it's like you're being trained to be one of the
minions,
like inducted, and then
oh my god,
yeah, you get like there's a couple of other like minions, like feels like they're in there with you, and
like in the cart with you,
like they're sitting at the front.
No,
like,
you say it's like a movie. Have you been to like the 8D
like
Shrek cinema?
3D, 4D kind of thing.
Yeah, I know. I think it's 8. If
8D.
I've been to the Shrek 8D one.
Run me through.
Like Shrek sneezes on you and you get sprayed.
I thought that was 5D.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 8.
Run me through the 8th dimension.
I'm not too sure. I didn't name it.
Anyway, I went on that one.
Sounds like I might have to go.
That was good.
That sounds like
I wanted to go into Nintendo World, but you have to get there early because
how early?
Like as soon as I'd get there at like 7:30 or 8 a.m. It opens at 10.
What does Nintendo World have for me?
it's just like literally like walking around in like Mario world, basically. Like everything's like
cool.
to scale, like life size. It looks awesome.
Okay.
But I couldn't get in. As soon as you go, you get in, you get a ticket to get in there.
Yeah.
And if you, I don't know, if it's already full, they tell you what time to come back. And we got there at 10 when it opened, went straight to the thing. They go, yep, 6:30 p.m. is when you'll get in. And it was like 38 degrees that day. I'm like, oh, we'll try to last. Got to about 3:30, like, nah, it's not happening.
Okay.
We're out of here.
That's good advice.
So you've been warned.
Yes, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I'll get there bright and early.
Yeah.
Sounds like I will go. Yeah. Anyway, how do we get onto that?
I have no
Dream World. You asked at the Gold Coast.
Oh, yeah, you're going to the Gold Coast.
Yeah, prime roller coaster age. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway, it's not visiting the theme parks. It's a quick trip, but I am putting 3 units on Manly 13 Plus at $1.97.
Are you serious?
Because simply, as I've said before, it's our fortnight to win. And you watch, we will. We're going to win this week. We've got the bye next week, and you watch us lose to the Tigers at Brookvale.
Looking forward to that.
Because that's our losing week.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
Brookie, that'd be bad.
that's going to happen. It's the way it is. Anyway, so 3 units on Manly 13 Plus also obviously helps that Daly didn't get chosen for State of Origin. So that's a huge in. And also Tommy Turbo's back, and I hope he's fit. Because,
he's back, is he?
Yep, he's back at fullback. Obviously, Lee High's out because of the HIA being Category 1. On that note of Daly being not selected, I am also putting a unit on Daly anytime try scorer at $4.40. It's just a narrative bet because the fact that he's also playing at the Gold Coast, which obviously he has a history with as well. I think I've got a feeling that Queensland are going to get smashed next week, and Daly will probably absolutely carve up this week, and then all the media is just going to be like, Billy's made the wrong decision, bring him back in, where. So put a unit there because, again, that was inspired by your Galvin narrative bet.
Yep.
This game also is going to kick off my after 8 minutes multi. I'm putting 3 games in this week. I've put 2 to be a bit more reserved the past few weeks, but I thought let's go back. So I'm putting the Titans-Manly game purely because Manly love scoring within the first 8 minutes but getting it disallowed. It's happened like maybe 4 times this season, which prolongs the bet, as in like...
Oh, yeah, it takes time.
It'll take time off. Yeah. It's good. I'm also putting that in for the Knights-Roosters game and the Cowboys-Dolphins game purely because of vibe.
Okay.
Simple as that. So
Vibe
just one
check.
unit on that at $11.46.
Nice.
Vibe check.
Okay. Don't know about the narratives there, but I wish you all the best.
Well, who's in the green?
Yep, you.
Good point.
For sure. All right, let's keep it moving. Monday. It is
TGIM.
Sure. Has anyone ever said that? I don't think anyone's ever said that.
Oh well. We're here to pave the way on this show, aren't we?
That's true. We're narrative leaders here on the show.
Narrativebet.com.
Yep. /
TGIM. Head to the TGIM hub on narrativebet.com.
All right, Monday, it's the start of the time-honoured FIFA Club World Cup. Now, I might hear you say...
Timu Champions League.
Well, yeah. I might hear you say, I thought this was a sort of a comp that there used to be about 6 teams in. No one really cared about. Teams would send their twos. It's played in the off-season. And to all those people saying that, I'd say you'd be correct. But FIFA decided, hey, what do we want to do? And it's going to throw more football at you. So it's now like a 32-team tournament or something like that.
Fantastic.
Basically, it's if you've won your Champions League for your region at any point in the last 3 or 4 years, you get an invite to this tournament.
Any A-League teams in there?
Auckland FC, they're our representative. So they're going to play the likes of PSG, Real Madrid. So that should go well. They'll probably hold up all right. But yeah, PSG, they recently won the Champions League. They absolutely bolted in the final.
4-1, wasn't it? Or 4-0?
Yeah, 4 or 5-1, I think it was in the final. They finally, it's pretty funny, they lost Mbappe and they've finally gone on and won a major trophy, which they've been searching for some time. I do think they're probably going to want to continue a bit of that momentum. It sounds like they might send a better squad based on my limited research than some of the other sort of powerhouses. So I think they're probably worth a little spec here to be the tournament champions and turn a Champions League title into a Club World Cup title. Yeah, as I said, kicks off on Monday over in the States. I'm having 2 units on them at $5.50.
Nice.
Yep.
And when does that settle?
Oh, it'll be a while, a few weeks away.
Okay.
But keep an eye on it. Nice one, a little nice to have a team to cheer for throughout the time-honoured Club World Cup.
Love it. Good stuff. Where can we watch that? What streaming service is that one on?
That's a great question. It wouldn't surprise me if it hasn't been picked up in Australia. Would it surprise you?
No, it'll be somewhere.
Stan, probably.
Stan or something like that.
Stan got the Champions League, so maybe on Stan.
Yep.
Okay. Origin preview.
Yep.
An early Origin preview.
Yeah.
Which worked out well for us last time. So I don't think any of us landed a bet on it last time.
Well, I should have, but Nathan Cleary decided to forget how to goal kick. So.
Oh, yeah, you had something
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, why don't we start with you then? See who's the closest.
I'm actually doubling down on that, hoping obviously after Volk taught Nathan Cleary how to kick yesterday.
Yes, did some kicking drills.
Did he?
Yes.
Had the kicking bag out.
How did Nathan take them?
Yeah, he looked pretty interested.
Yeah.
He kicked. You made me hold. He kicked the hell out of me.
Yeah,
Did he actually,
it was stressful.
There's a couple I was like, that was a bit hard.
Do you think? Did you ask her what percentage he was kicking out? I'd love to know.
No, but he went two, like whacked me, and then he like faked to kick one up high over the bag. I was like, he's gonna get me here.
When I watch UFC, that's the thing to me that would look the most painful.
Yeah,
getting kicked in the shin like that.
Yeah, he said go for calf and shin because you can't add much muscle mass there. That was his tip for the boys.
Oh yeah, the shin would be. Oof.
Oh, it'd be so brutal.
Yeah.
Anyways,
apologies.
So I am going double down on the New South Wales 13 plus bet from game one.
Yes.
Queensland side don't look any better. In fact, it probably looks worse.
Yep.
And obviously we've pick and sticked down here in New South Wales. We love it. Only one change due to injury. So go with what works. New South Wales 13 plus 2 units at $2.30. I am also putting a unit on Latrell player of the match. He was it was a bit quiet in game one.
He was.
So I feel like he might fire in game two, hopefully.
He's had some good games in Perth too.
Exactly. So putting one unit on that at $13.
Nice.
Lovely.
Ryan?
Yes, I got a couple of try scorers here. I'm with you, Latrell. Kept quiet. Toya did a good job, but you can't not score 2 games in a row, I don't think. And he has scored quite a few tries at Perth in the past. 2 units, $2.35 on Latrell. Then I'm over to Queensland, narrativebet.com/Munster for me. Named as captain.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like he's going to put the team on his back and have a real rip and a tear. So I've got him for a try. A unit on that at $5.60. And I think if Queensland win this match, there's only one bloke who's going to get player of the match, and it's him.
You reckon?
Yep. 1 unit on him at $14.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll be the guy to get him going.
Do we see, I know you haven't put Queensland in your bets there, do you see a path to a Queensland victory?
Oh, yeah, but he's got to have a blinder. I'd rather take Munster player of the match than Queensland head-to-head, I reckon.
What does it look, as you're about to say, I'm backing Queensland in. What does it look like? What does the match have to look like for us to win? That's what I keep thinking about.
Yeah.
Is it like the pack? The pack looks... What is going on with our pack?
Well, the good news is Carrigan will be coming off the bench this time.
What is that? What is that about?
I don't know.
What is he doing?
And there's no dog in the team in the first game, and he still won't bring Corey Horsburgh in.
Horsburgh's got to play.
Yeah. Thought Arrow was stiff as well, not even in the 20.
Yeah.
My favourite is that when we were up in Brisbane, I kept making jokes as he was depressed, saying, it's all good. Liera is coming off the bench. He's going to save the day. And now he's starting.
What's
I was like, don't manifest that.
He's not even... Oh, anyway, I'm going to speak positively. Okay, from now until the conclusion of... until the start of Game 2, only positive thoughts about Queensland. That's my rule.
All right.
I'm having 3 units on Queensland at $3.10. Now, you may think any sane person who has watched the Game 1, any sane person who watched Game 2 and 3 last year, so that's 3 losses in a row for us, is probably thinking, Sam, how could you back Queensland in? And I think that's the only reason. What is the gambling gods like doing whenever everyone thinks one result is guaranteed? It produces the other result.
Yeah.
It just screams of, everyone has completely written Queensland off.
Yep.
And I know there was a bit of that in Game 1 and we produced absolutely nothing, duck eggs. This is blind faith in Billy. It's just blind faith in Billy. I did think they needed to drop Daly. I'm worried about the kicking game. Munster and Dearden, are we going to see if our forward pack does what it did in Game 1 and struggles to come off its own line? I'm worried about the kicking, but I just have to believe that he is seeing something in this team that the rest of the world is not. And for that reason, I'm having 3 units on Queensland at $3.10. I don't mind your Munster play. I'm a bit worried about Munster and whether he might be a year or two off, being it, and potentially Ezra is the guy who should be picked regardless of all the off-field stuff. My eyes go to who are the media going to be looking at in this game, as Eagle just previewed. And they're going to be looking at how Tom Dearden goes. Mm-hmm. Given it's probably the most controversial Queensland selection call in, a decade. Win or lose, all eyes are going to be on him. And if they win, and I'm tipping he's going to have to play okay, and it seems like a narrativebet.com that he would be man of the match.
/Dearden.
On the TGIM hub. The other one...
TGIW.
TGIMW.
Probably just sit under the Origin hub on narrative bet, to be honest.
One bloke who needs to lift his game, probably played one of his worst career games in it for either Queensland or Melbourne in game one, I thought, was Harry Grant. Hasn't scored a try in Origin for some time. And I think it's time for him to step up. I can see him burrowing over from close range at $6.50. Really needs to lift his game if Queensland has any hopes. I'm happy to have a little speculator there on him. Man, I hope Queensland win. We just need it. Need it for Origin too.
I think there'll be some good content if they don't. Actually, good content either way. Hopefully, if our ideas get off the ground.
Do you want to talk about that or no?
Watch this space.
Yeah, maybe we'll just hold it for 1 second.
Okay. Yeah. Can't wait. Origin's always exciting times. I just hope Billy hasn't morphed into Freddie. Because that's what it looks like right now.
Yeah. Haven't seen the black skivvy yet, but heading in that direction.
I've seen a great deal of earthing.
No.
I don't know if he's doing much earthing right now, Freddie. A bit cold for earthing.
Yeah. Freezing.
What's going on?
Can't do much earthing up at Lura.
Definitely not in Lura.
Get stuck to the earth.
I was saying, do you reckon they choose Lura because it's the Blue Mountains? Because when we drove in, it was like, welcome to the Blues Mountains.
Isn't that the whole thing?
What? That's the reason?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never put two and two together.
Yeah.
I just thought they just picked kind of like a country-ish town, get away from Sydney.
I can't stop thinking about her blacking out a roller coaster.
They had to press the emergency.
I was with my dad as well, and I must have grabbed onto his arm and then blacked out, but I tightened my body because I remember when we came off, I'd bruised his arm completely because I obviously just seized up.
I want to see the Fatty Vorton.
Actually, you know what it was?
Yeah,
it was. Yeah. I know.
Him and the chief.
One of the best videos of all time.
Maddie, was it the first year in Vegas when they took
that roller coaster, and Gordy didn't want to do it.
They're off the top of the building basically, and Maddie's just dry reaching. It's pretty much, it's almost like a no miss level of content, roller coaster content. Isn't it?
I know.
Maybe we should do some roller coaster content.
Oh my God, my stomach actually just dropped.
Roller coaster.
There's no chance.
Well, this is what I keep telling you when we're doing challenge content. You're not going to want to do it.
No, but when it's an actual phobia that I have.
You're saying your roller coaster's phobia.
Well, because I'm just so traumatized from that experience. Yeah.
Wow.
I have lots of phobias though.
I've also got a phobia. I've got a phobia of missing flights, so I better wrap this one up.
Oh shoot. Yes. All right, we shall. Anything else to plug or preview before we go?
I think we've plugged plenty.
All right.
That'll do it tonight.
Yep, make sure you check out the Sportsbet YouTube tonight. We'll be back on Tuesday to do another quick little Origin preview.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday on the narrativebet.com/TGIM hub. Talk to you then.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.